Honestly, this video wasn't even supposed to exist. We came here with the intention of making a 3 days in Hanoi and Saigon, covering the capital and the biggest city. But as soon as we got here and saw that we could do this and whatever this is, we looked at each other and decided that obviously we gotta take a crazy trip all the way across this country and see the whole darn thing from top to bottom. And that's the thing about Vietnam, it just sucks you in, there's no fighting it. We've got our usual $100 per day budget, and our adventure starts right here in Hanoi. We're going to be taking trains and boats and smaller boats and motorbikes and whatever else we can find to work our way down to Saigon over the next 2-ish weeks.
So I think we've been in Hanoi for like 10 minutes already and we haven't gotten pho, so we need to go do that. But first, we gotta figure out how to cross this street.
Street is wild.
Okay, you got this.
I mean, you've probably seen this whole, oh my god, crossing the street here is so crazy bit on 23 other YouTube videos by now, so let's just blow right past it.
That was wild. So basically people just say, treat it like the flow of water. You just go with traffic and trust the process, no sudden movement. It's really hard though when 20,000 motorcycles are coming your way.
Okay, time for some pho, but we just couldn't decide. There were so many good-looking places. Okay, here's our game plan to narrow it down. 1. Find a stern-looking auntie with a comically large stainless steel vat of broth. Check. Number 2. A storefront that would seemingly fit like a single table in most countries, but somehow fits 6 or more here. Check. 3. Tiny plastic chairs. Score. 4. Menu that looks like it was boiled with the soup. Yes. And number 5. The distance from where the food is made to where we'll be eating it has to be less than 15 feet. We're good here.
First meal in Hanoi. I think this is the only right way to start this off. Yes.
I've had pho in other places, but this is my first meal here in Vietnam, my first pho ever in Vietnam and Hanoi. Northern pho, amazing. It's not at all comparable to any of the stuff that we've ever had at home. It's so good.
God, let's go.
Okay, so just go. Yep, just go.
Now it's time for coffee, the famous egg coffee.
Like most businesses in Hanoi, this coffee shop is nestled in a tiny alleyway through another entirely unrelated business. And then bam, you're in a massive courtyard that goes up and up and up. All the buildings are really skinny but really tall, and the businesses follow suit.
This place keeps on going.
Up and up until you get to the real reason that you come here.
This coffee shop is incredible, but this is my first egg coffee. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to mix it or not, but I'm gonna try it. Oh, it's so sweet. It's like marshmallow almost. It's so tasty. I was reading that the origins of this egg coffee is that during the war, milk had to be rationed, so someone thought with eggs to mix it with coffee, and it caught on. Honestly, it's quite tasty.
I think egg coffee is one of those perfect examples of just the resilience and innovation of the people here. There was an actual war going on and the French cut off access to the milk to the locals. So what did they do? Found a new way around the problem, solved it using whatever they had access to. And in the end, like always, as you'll see many, many times throughout this video, they came out the other side with something even better than what they started with.
It's so good.
Okay, so now we're kind of right in the centerpiece of Hanoi, at least that's what it feels like. Hon Kiem Lake or Sword Lake. This beautiful, serene park sort of right in the dead center of Hanoi amidst all the insanity of the street carts and the honking and the motorbikes just going back and forth. And also I'm seeing a lot of the first hints of French-inspired architecture as well as cafes all around here.
Speaking of French influence, suddenly I'm craving a croissant.
I am so excited. Hanoi is just giving me all the good things today. It's pretty good. It's not the best croissant I've ever had. It's certainly flaky and very puffy.
You can't hear me here because of the motorbikes, but what I said was, I got this chocolate lava thing. Wow, it's great. Also, it's a disaster.
The more we walk around this area, the more I fall in love with Hanoi because it's so beautiful and green, and the architecture is so fascinating and pretty, but then you've got motorbikes just whizzing by everywhere.
At first, the sound and definitely the pace of life here is absolutely jarring, but there are also quiet, beautiful places, usually right nearby. Next, we're off to the old quarter to get some lunch.
We ordered a bun cha to share and some nem, which is spring rolls. Okay, so this is the bun cha, and I think it's deconstructed, but I think you're supposed to dip the vermicelli in the broth with the pork, maybe? So tasty. It's like fish sauce with a little bit of vinegar, sweetness. It's so tasty. And the pork is grilled to perfection.
That was a good lunch. Time to get back to the streets of Hanoi. Ooh, what's this? Fresh juice for $1? Yeah. And it comes with some prime time people watching. I mean, seriously, how do they get so much stuff on one motorbike? It's incredible. I love this place.
I believe in you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It is officially traffic o'clock.
Okay, go.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Let's go over
Okay,
there.
go. Okay, go. Here we go.
Yep, no problem. We are totally getting good at this by now. The sun's going down, and we have a reservation for Hanoi's famous water puppet show. I don't know what water puppets are either. Let's find out together. This gentleman, Uncle Tew, is our host for the evening. He's young, he's healthy, and he's got a sense of humor, according to the English audio translator thing that's in our ears. And he's going to tell us 21 stories tonight over the next hour, ranging from tales of farmers growing rice and fishing, all the way to dragon battles complete with fireworks, to the heavier stuff like life lessons about family and cultural expectations. And then also sometimes it was just more dragons fighting, then back to another life lesson. I mean, we're just YouTubers at a puppet show in Vietnam, so take our play-by-play with a grain of salt, but man, what an incredible hour.
Okay.
Whoa, what are those? Are those donuts in a baby carriage?
No, it's chocolate.
What do you want?
How
I
many?
would like sesame.
Okay, so let's do
2?
3 and then, oh, hold on, 3.
Okay. No.
Vanilla?
No.
Turns out these are Vietnamese bread things that we'll call donuts, but they're actually called ban ran. As is the way in Vietnam, we got a lot more than we bargained for.
Oh man, dude, these donut ladies hustled me good. So they just roll around with carts of donuts, and it's like the 20th I've seen today. She just started like loading this thing up. This thing had like 20 things, and it's just like, okay, 80,000. I'm like, no, I only want a little. I mean, how am I gonna say no to donuts? You know, how am I gonna say no to donuts?
Gotta respect the hustle.
What a night this has been. I mean, the show was awesome and incredible. The puppeteers, like, I honestly didn't think I was going to be impressed by a puppet show. But the comedic timing was amazing, and the musicians are awesome. Slightly stale, but this one's like almost like a mochi donut with sesame seeds on it. Ooh, and the inside, there's something special in it.
Super stale bonron in hand, it's time to go see Hanoi at night and find some dinner.
Neighborhood. That smells so good, whatever they got going on over there. I think that's it. Yes.
Okay, I think they do like banh mi with stick meat. So what do you want, chicken or pork?
Banh mi with stick meat, yes. Okay, so I think that something magical is about to happen here. I want to set my expectations medium. We haven't eaten it yet, but the idea, the concept is so straightforward and so wonderful. They have marinated skewers of chicken and pork that they roast over a charcoal fire while like blasting it with as much air as they can possibly get out of that huge fan, and then they stick that inside of a banh mi and then wrap it up with all the other delicious banh mi stuff, and then grill the bread on top. There's no way this could go wrong. There's no way that this could not be delicious. I can't wait.
This is so good. This is.
Can I see the inside of it?
No.
It's only day one. I think this is worth it. This is good.
Might as well check out the nightlife district right next door. I wonder if anyone will be there or if they'll have any happy hour deals. It was literally impossible to talk here, but the beers were cheap and delicious, perfect for the hot weather, and the people watching was pretty fascinating. But before we end up playing beer pong and doing karaoke at some bar until 2 a.m., we should respect the jet lag and head back to our hotel. We'll save that for another night. Just a few crucial items to pick up.
One probiotic drink for every donut.
Three, two, one.
Jet lag. Hello, 6:08 a.m. Let's try to use this to our advantage and see what Hanoi's up to in the morning. Looks like Hanoi's been up and at it for a while. What's going on here? This is laughter yoga. This hilarious group pulled us in with open arms as we walked on by. Just try not to laugh along while you're watching this. I dare you. Laughing, a massage train, some light stretching, team bonding. I mean, what more could you ask for to start the day off? This is the only way we want to start our days from now on.
I just want to do that every morning. How can you not be in a good mood after that? Laughter yoga. Just wake up every morning and laugh together. Yeah, I love this. It's not even 7 a.m. yet.
Okay, so since we burned so many calories just laughing this morning,
Oh man. Okay. So I went on Reddit yesterday and posed the question, where do the donut ladies actually get their donuts from? Yeah, they actually make them right there and then they go out and sell them, but the only ones that I had were like super stale, like a couple days old. So I'm gonna see what the fresh one's like. You can like, there's something inside of there. You feel it rattling around. That's really good. That's a totally different thing. I mean, the ones that we had the other days were just like a couple of days old, but these fresh ones are just like delicious donuts with a little like red bean in the middle of it. Just down the road is the iconic St. Joseph's Cathedral, where there's just endless cool cafes with great views. So we picked one and settled in for some coffee for Lisa and some tea for me. You know, let's stay for a while. How long have we been here? Okay, I guess it's time for lunch.
We meant to try this, I don't know how to pronounce it, maybe soy. It's sticky rice here and it's supposedly really famous in Hanoi for breakfast. So we're having it for brunch lunch.
You know the rules for a good restaurant by now. This one looks like it'll do the trick.
These all look so good. Maybe the braised sticky rice, sausage sticky rice.
Okay, we're docking a point for real wood chairs instead of plastic, but everything else here is just right.
This is so exciting. You just get all these different kinds of toppings you can choose from. What did we get?
Braised pork sticky rice.
This is comfort food at its finest.
Man, that's good.
Okay, so truthfully, I have absolutely no idea how to transition from that super delicious, really comforting, really nice meal that we just had to this kind of somber Vietnamese War POW prison that we're about to go see. I have no idea.
So we'll leave it to voiceover Josh, like we always do. I know it can feel jarring to watch travel vloggers go and ah at their food and then just immediately step into what was once a POW prison. It's jarring for us too. But that's part of Vietnam. You can't ignore this country's tough and sad history. This is Ho Lo Prison, built by the French on top of what used to be a ceramics village. It was built originally to incarcerate the very people that used to work and live here who were fighting for independence, and then much later was used to hold POWs like John McCain during the Vietnam War. It was really hard to see the conditions people were kept in this place, and the methods of torture used here were truly barbaric. There's no nice wrap-up or silver lining to this place. It's hard to talk about, but it's important to understand. Honestly, it's best you just come and see it for yourself and then make up your own mind. Next up, the Temple of Literature, Vietnam's first university and a beautiful place where students come to pray for better grades and take selfies with Confucius. It's also the place that we learned this cool trick.
Right here.
Next, we went to go visit the presidential palace and see the embalmed body of Ho Chi Minh. It was a bizarre and really quick experience that we couldn't film it all, but here's a description of what it was like.
The entire experience had this kind of like solemn and intense vibe to it as you walk through it. Big granite pillars everywhere, lots of guards, everyone kind of like watching you really closely as you go through. And then as you turn the corner, you just kind of see this like bright red effigy, which is Ho Chi Minh's embalmed body. And then they just shuffle you right past it, and you get to look at it for maybe like 5 seconds. And then right back out into the sunshine. I can't think of anything else in the world that felt like that.
And finally, the Imperial Citadel, a place of political power for almost 13 centuries, now home to ancient relics, Lisa's favorite things to look at, school field trips, Sacred turtles, Instagrammers aplenty, and 1,000 plastic stools. Honestly, this whole day felt like we were just bouncing back and forth between the hilarious and the somber, the beautiful and the bizarre, the sad and the comforting. It can feel really hard to keep up, but it's one of the best parts about Hanoi. It just has everything. You never really know what you're going to find around the corner. Now it's time to stumble our way through the magic of Vietnamese barbecue right by the river.
Okay, so we just sat down at this barbecue restaurant and we ordered something, but we have no idea what we ordered. He just said, you want 2A or 2B? So we ordered 2A. Everything smells so good right here. I'm really excited. And we got also, I don't know what we got. I don't know. Cheese? Is that cheese? That looks like cheese. Okay, so status update. Came back, lit a big piece of Jell-O on fire inside of there, and we are now waiting for it to heat up. But this giant plate of delicious marinated meat looks kind of like beef. Could be pork. Diced beef right here. Oh, that looks amazing. And then a bunch of cheese. I'm excited about that. I have no idea where that goes in all this. We also received this gigantic plate of 2 rolls and all the veggies that you can think of. Oh,
I wasn't expecting it, but there's almost like cumin, almost curry flavors in there. That's so tasty. A little spicy, a little sweet, savory. Wow, that's really good. Take a piece of bread, maybe put a little of this, a little bit of this. You know what? And maybe some veggies. And you know what? Maybe.
You gonna try the cheese?
I'm gonna try the cheese. Cheese is a little odd addition, but not bad.
I think this is like the perfect thing for 3 or 4 people. It's so good. It's so delicious. It is a lot of food.
Behold the aftermath. We absolutely needed a walk after that, so we headed east, and per Lisa's request, we followed the lanterns.
When you don't like realize this until the noise is gone, but this is the first place we've been without a bajillion motorbikes going everywhere, and it feels very peaceful. Oh, it's over there. Thank you very much.
That was awesome. Great little find. Yeah, I'm really loving this area. I think it's the Westlake area. So much more calm, a lot of cool bars and cafes here. Really, really friendly people.
It's time to head back to our hotel in the Old Quarter. We've got a very early morning ahead of us.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're up super early. It's not even 7 a.m. yet, but Hanoi is already buzzing. We're waiting for a very, very large bus to take us to go see Halong Bay. I'm so excited.
But our bus never came.
We just had a scout come by on our scooter and tell us to walk just a little bit further where the bus is. There he is.
20 minutes later, still no bus, so our scout just said, hop on. A few minutes go by and I start to realize I have no idea where Lisa is going. And just then another motorbike rolls up.
So your name is John Walker, right? John Walker.
Yeah, close enough. So I hop on and we race through the streets of Hanoi, the driver holding his phone with one hand and navigating these crazy streets with the other. I also have no idea where I'm going. If there was an Olympic event for scooter driving, I'd bet on Vietnam getting the gold. After what felt like an eternity but was really just 10 minutes, we're finally reunited and are shuttled onto the second of 6 different forms of transportation that would eventually bring us to Cat Ba, a small island very near Ha Long Bay. The bus was going to take us all the way to the ferry port with a quick snack stop on the way.
Rest stop.
And then at the port, the bus was going to be loaded onto a boat along with us.
This boat ride should be 30 minutes, and then I think we start our Lan Ha Bay / Ha Long Bay cruise right after we get there.
And then once on the other side, we get back on the bus and finally get our first real glimpse of Cat Ba Island. Okay, time to get off of that bus and then check in and pay for our cruise.
We're getting checked in for our boat.
Honestly, this all felt like a pretty big gamble. We were going with a relatively new company to a new area of Ha Long Bay called Lan Ha Bay. From a newly touristed island, all of this somehow booked through just 3 total WhatsApp messages. Well, we're not done yet. On to the last bus of the day, to the smaller boat, which would eventually bring us to our overnight cruise boat.
Alright, so good morning everyone. Yeah, welcome to my teams.
So, let's see how this goes.
Give me a second. Oh, you are famous?
I'll shut up now and let Lan Ha Bay do the talking. Our tour guide, amazingly named Tom Cruise. His name is Tom, and he's taking us on a cruise, get it? Welcomed us to his hometown of Cat Ba and told us all about the fishing villages and the 1,969 islands scattered throughout the area. And to be clear, because it's often really hard to tell on YouTube, we were not paid to take this cruise and they didn't give it to us for free or anything. We booked this thing with our own money and we found it on our own. We're like one of the very few boats out here, and that's really cool. We kept passing fancier and fancier boats, and out of curiosity we looked up how much a night on each of these cost. For sure you get fancier things that included champagne, but for us on our budget, this was perfect. Just as we were getting settled in, they served up lunch, and whoa, what a feast! Chicken, pork, oysters, fried spring rolls, fresh fruit, Vietnamese coffee, just yes! We sat down with whoever would take us and tried to make some friends despite us filming literally every single piece of food on the table. In case you couldn't tell, the food was pretty good.
It's so beautiful.
After a few hours of cruising around, our overnight boat was finally in sight.
So last time I was in Ha Long Bay, which is not where we are now, but very close to here, it was 5 or 6 years ago, and there were boats and trash everywhere that you look. Like, just in a bay like this, you'd see like 50 at least boats just like dotted all around everywhere that you go. And this experience has been so different from that in such a good way. And also we heard from the tour guide that specifically this Lan Ha Bay region, they're actively trying to protect it so that way it doesn't become sort of what Ha Long Bay is now. This, I don't ever want to leave. The kayaking has begun.
We weren't ready to head back in, but Tom promised that we'd get more time to kayak. And Tom Cruise, he wouldn't lie to us. A beer, a short cruise, and the most incredible sunset we'd seen in Vietnam yet.
Oh, big day.
Going on the new boat. The boat's here. Our overnight sleeper boat. It's right next door.
We finally got to check into our room for the night.
It's a new boat. Come on in. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. I haven't done one of these in a while. I think we can't even talk about what's inside because, like, let's just get straight to the point. The view. What? This king-size bed! A leather headboard. Closet space. Air conditioner on a boat. A private bathroom? That with a sign that says, please be gentle with the door. Noted. I think this is a plant of chili peppers. We don't have a lanai or a balcony. However, why would you need one when you have this? Smell that fresh air.
This is a level of luxury that's honestly just like astoundingly ridiculous. This is crazy. This is just crazy.
After settling in, we got changed and ready for dinner.
I've got my finest dress elephant pants on for dinner. It's gonna be a very classy dinner tonight. I got a good feeling about it. Let's go see what they got. After you.
Dinner was about an hour away, so that meant that there was time for some squid fishing.
Out and in. Bring it in and out. Yeah, I wonder how long it takes these guys to get squid.
Yeah. You're good luck. You're good luck fishing, dude.
Oh, thanks.
We fished for what seemed like an eternity, getting just small bites until...
Oh yes, big one!
Oh! This will feed everyone.
Good.
Wow!
Let me get a phone.
You should take a picture with it.
I will.
Show your dad. What did you do differently?
I went a little deeper and had a beer. That was the secret.
How do I unhook? Oh, I see. Okay.
Got one. He's inking. Fishing mission accomplished. It's time to eat.
It's like calling the children for dinner.
Wow, another great meal. They even made an entirely separate vegetarian and vegan menu. After crushing dinner, we all made our way back to the fishing deck, swapping stories, sharing beers, and squid fishing in the dark. You know, nights like these remind me of why we travel. Just feeling careless and free and making new awesome friends from all over the world. In a far-flung place just like this. The next morning we got up early to see the sunrise, and by we, I mean Lisa. Okay, day 4, we are up early today because I think we're starting the day off with some nice breakfast and then some kayaking. This cruise has been great so far. Crazy luxurious. Everything that we've seen has just been stunningly beautiful, clean, pristine. So we've got only another half day here in Halong Bay / Lanha Bay before they drop us off, and then we're going to take a 4-hour bus to Ninh Binh and get there kind of late at night and then see it all day tomorrow. That's the plan for the day out. Guess it's breakfast time.
Breakfast time.
Okay, so it's like 11 a.m. or so. Lisa's doing all the hard work up here, actually moving us. Good job, Lisa. So we just passed like, I don't know, 100 to maybe 200 kayakers, and I think we just got a taste for the first time of what the typical kind of Ha Long Bay experience would have been had we booked that tour. And I think that if we were looking for more of like a party atmosphere, the Ha Long Bay thing would have been awesome.
I really appreciate Tom waking us up now at 7:45 for breakfast and for this.
So we wrapped up our kayaking expedition and made our way back to the boat for some relaxing cruising and another family meal. It was just another spectacular spread and even more spectacular views along the way. This whole cruise was perfect for us in every way. Of course, we went a bit over budget, spending $300 for this, but it was totally worth it.
Did you like the lunch?
So good. I love the family style meals here. We did pretty good today. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave. I just want to live here.
Out of our comfortable boat cocoon, it was time to get back to the hustle and bustle of getting around Vietnam. First stop, this tiny boat with even tinier life jackets.
It's so small.
Alright, so thank you everyone. Have a nice day.
Back where it all started. I'm sad. Now it's time to get on another bus.
Back on the ferry, back on the bus, and down to Ninh Binh we go.
What number form of transportation is this today?
Fourth, fifth, sixth.
It was a pretty long, like 6-hour transfer all said and done, including a short snack stop right in the middle. We arrived in the Tam Kok area of Ninh Binh in the middle of the night, exhausted. Luckily, we got a very warm welcome from the locals.
Oh my gosh, what a magical place already.
Stubbs, let's go.
What magical place had we booked for just $24 per night? I mean, what world was this?
I mean, look at this place. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, Leanne welcomed us in, and she's super friendly. It feels completely different, but it's got all the amenities. We have a fan and AC. Not that we need it. This beautiful bed. These cool lights. Hold on. What?
Our place was pretty quiet. I wonder if anything will be open.
Town Cook is poppin'. There's so many restaurants and karaoke boats and things happening. This place is really, really built up. It's surprising, but exciting. We just found this really cool restaurant. It has really good food.
So when we first read about this place on Reddit and saw it on Instagram, it kind of came across as this like undiscovered, kind of under the radar place. And I gotta say, it seems and feels pretty discovered. Not in a bad way, not in like an overdone way. It feels extremely welcoming and like pretty much everything is here in this little city. I don't know, I'm excited about the city. This is pretty cool. Maybe we should go sing karaoke with those guys. Or just go to bed. We should probably go to bed. We've been up for like 93 hours. Let's go to bed.
Like the reasonable, responsible people we are, we did not go into the karaoke bus and sing karaoke till 2 in the morning. That's just not the kind of people that we are.
Hi, Stubbs.
For now, off to bed, early morning tomorrow.
You know, when you show up to a place late at night and it's really dark, so you can't really tell what the vibe of the place is. You don't know what anything looks like. And then you wake up in the morning, you're like, holy crap, I had no idea. That's this place. Just mountain views, ducks, beautiful lake, and free breakfast included. This place is so bonkers. We got this hand-drawn map from reception. So our plan today is to take one of the bikes that's included here at the homestay and make our way all the way around Ninh Bình. We probably won't get to do so much, but I heard that Trang An boat ride is one of the things that you have to do if you only have one day here. And then I think we're gonna try to see some beautiful views, but I have a feeling it won't be hard.
So we grabbed our rusty, squeaky bikes and biked and biked and biked some more through some of the most beautiful landscapes we'd seen anywhere. Finally, we made it to Trang An, which is famous for its boat tours.
How much was bike parking?
10,000 dong per bike, 20,000, which is like less than $1.
So here's how Trang An works. If you opt for the non-private boat tour, you get paired with some other people who want to do the same route as you. There's 3 different routes, all seemingly pretty great. We just picked number 2 at random, and well, remember those 2 people that were dusting us on their bikes earlier? Luckily, they were super cool and hopped into the boat with us camera-wielding weirdos. We were shuttled down the river to the first of many ancient temples that we'd see today. And our new friends were not only supportive of our filming every single view that we came across, but they even offered to film scenes for us. Fire away.
Are you gonna say something?
Okay, so here we are dramatically standing in front of this temple, which is great. We got our life jackets on because it is full-on dangerous out here. No, really, like this entire place.
So beautiful.
We have to ourselves, except for these awesome people who are with us. So yeah, these are just like beautiful, giant, gold-encrusted temples here. Our boat Sherpa over there has been patiently waiting for us for a very long time. So I think this whole experience has been really great so far, and we're only like 2 minutes into it.
Yeah, and we went through a cave.
That's true. All right, let's roll.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Whoa.
The river kept winding on and on as we went through cave after cave, revealing somehow even more beautiful views than the last.
We're like an hour in, maybe? I don't even know. Time is just flying, and this place is incredibly magical. It's full of other people, but it doesn't take away from the mystical feelings of it. Like, we're basically going from temple to temple, seeing beautiful mountain scenery along the way. And our captain, our boat Sherpa, Nguyen, she's incredibly strong, friendly, kind, so sweet. I mean, she's rowing all 4 of us. I've been thinking this since day 1, since we landed in Hanoi, but I feel like the people of Vietnam are so strong in so many ways, physically, emotionally, but like especially the woman here, so badass.
just like that, we had to say goodbye to the first person I'd ever met in my life with superhero level strength.
Bye-bye.
And we got our dangerously creaky bikes back and went to find some lunch with our new friends. Yes, I know I'm a living meme. I got French fries.
Just finished lunch and we are heading to Hanoi Cave, I think. I think it's a short hike up to a really beautiful viewpoint here in Bangkok.
After paying for bike parking and our entrance fees, we started our big climb up.
Back on the road and it is very beautiful out. I have to be honest, now that we're outside of the cave area, I'm pretty relieved. It just was so crowded and I don't know if it was just the time of day or what, everyone trying to see sunset, but it was not an exactly pleasant visit with all the masses of people and the few drones that were going up and landing right on those very steep steps. But the view was incredible. We are riding now off into the sunset. We're gonna have some beers with our new friends from the Trong An boat ride and call it a night.
You won the lottery.
Something that surprised us is that the craft beer scene in Vietnam is apparently a huge market, and it kind of makes sense why. Vietnam proudly holds the number 9 spot on the world's largest beer consumers, and it's number 1 by a huge margin in Southeast Asia. It makes perfect sense here. It's hot, it's sweaty, and they have some of the most perfect environments anywhere for growing grains and hops.
Ooh, that's good. I'm getting this.
And I gotta say, after tasting a few, we get why it's so successful. So we stayed for a few hours talking with our new friends until we got a text from our friends from the cruise at Ha Long Bay, and we all met up for dinner.
We're having dinner with a conglomeration of all of our friends from the boat from yesterday and the boat from today, and it is incredible. I'm having dinner now. Bye.
Tom Cock was very alive that night, and then we got talked into hitting up the bus for some karaoke. I swear, it wasn't my idea.
I mean, we couldn't leave Tom Cook without seeing this karaoke bus, obviously.
Okay, it totally was my idea. Soon we realized that we had accidentally started quite the party on this little bus, singing long into the night. We hopped over to the other karaoke bus, yes, there are two, and ended the night in the only legal way that you can end a karaoke night, by singing some Journey. Ninh Binh had turned out to be a pretty wild ride. But unfortunately we had to say goodbye to our friends and make it back to our bungalow and go to sleep for, whoa, what time is it? And we have to be up how early for a train away? Uh-oh. Okay, so I might have karaoke'd a little bit too hard last night, and my voice isn't working so good. So we're going all the way down to Hue. It's 12 hours long. But our hotel gave us this nice bag when they saw how sad we both looked this morning. So it's bringing us back to life. The train experience is beautiful and can be relaxing, but I absolutely 100% definitely would never recommend taking a train in Vietnam when you're hungover. This was a kind of rough 12 hours for us. Hey, at least the food was good. 6 hours in, about halfway there, and the meal train's coming back around again.
Chicken and sausage and rice and veggies for dinner.
Day turned into night, and that turned into midnight, and finally, we arrived.
Such a wildly long day. But we're here, and it is, I thought the train ride was going to be a lot more peaceful. It wasn't, but it was fine. We figured it was the most affordable option. Had we flown, it would have taken just as long to go back and double the price. It was great. It was fine. We're here, and I'm grateful for that. Now we're just waiting for our Grab taxi to take us to the hotel and hopefully just pass out.
Nice towels. 12 hours later, we are in Hue. I can't wait to see this place tomorrow. It looks really cool. I don't know if you saw some of like the signs and stuff. Yeah, for now though, sleep.
You beheaded a rabbit.
Oh, sorry, bud. There you go. That'll buff out. That'll buff right out.
Okay, it's 11 a.m. We slept a lot last night. We've got this cool map from the hotel here, and we're gonna explore Hue. I think the first step, what we definitely have to do is eat some tasty, delicious food, because apparently the food here is incredible. And then we're gonna go see the Citadel. But actual first thing, we gotta drop off our laundry.
You can't see it via video, yet, but this town smells amazing. There's food everywhere, delicious soups boiling, things being fried, and most importantly, bun bo hue. Great.
Oh, I'm so excited. It smells like lemongrass and beefy broth, and this is a thing that Hue is known for. Oh, the soup is great. It's spicy, but not too spicy, but it's really just full of flavor, lemongrass and beef. So tasty. This is definitely an adventurous soup because there's different kinds of beef. She asked if we wanted everything, and we said yes.
That was tasty. Let's go see the city. Okay.
Our first views of Hue were very exciting. A massive river running through this ancient city, all the new stuff on one side and the old stuff on the other, and dragon-themed boats to ferry people from one sside to the other.
Ooh, that was so good. Okay, so we just walked through the park and we're gonna cross this bridge here because on the other side is the citadel. So Hue was Vietnam's imperial city. So luckily, it's just right across the water. That's where we're going. So far, I am loving Hue. It's like chiller than Hanoi, but also like lively, beautiful nature. There's this huge river, and the food so far has been really, really great.
All thumbs up. It isn't really loud, but it just comes with the territory here.
What do you think?
It's beautiful. This place is massive. Like, huge. Just goes for miles in every direction. Very calm, very peaceful, very quiet, which is a rare thing in Vietnam. Now off to another famous site here in Hue.
Hello.
This ride felt like any other grab ride throughout our time here in Vietnam. The driver was kind, told us a lot about his family and the history of Hue. But then... App still says you did not pick us up.
You mean is
It says you did not pick us up.
here
He hit the button and we carried on, thinking nothing of it. Okay, so now we are at the Tin Mu Pagoda, and this bad boy was built a long, long time ago in 1601, and it is a 7-story, still in use Buddhist pagoda. It's really cool looking. Come check this out. On our way out, we thought it'd be fun to take a ride down the river in one of those cool dragon boats we saw. In no time at all, an auntie flagged us down and we agreed on a price of $200K for the two of us to get back down the river. But then... This boat stuff around here is serious, scary business, so we negotiated down to $200 for the two of us, but then this other boat came in and they asked us how much we paid. And we said, oh yeah, $200 for the two of us, and they're like, paid $500 for the two of us. And once they figured out that they had overpaid for the boat, they literally just shoved the boat back out into the water and they're taking them somewhere else. And I have no idea where they're going. I feel terrible for what happened to them, but I wanted to be honest about the price we got. I don't know, everything felt really bad about that whole transaction. We're just gonna take a grab. This is, okay. Finding a grab, heading back. As all things, good or bad, must come in threes. Hue had one more hard lesson to teach us.
The right one. Can you show me?
Well, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hold on, you need to accept the ride first. There we go. Okay, thank you. So this is our scam summary once we made it safely back to our hotel. Okay, so we don't normally, come back in the middle of the day like this, but after that thing, we just needed a break. Scam number one that happened this morning was with the Grab app. You get a Grab, and then once you get inside of the Grab, the guy won't start the ride. App still says you did not pick us up. It charges you, the passenger, more if he shows that you were late for the pickup.
Or you didn't show up.
Or you didn't show up or whatever. In fact, we're still I still have to call Grab support to end this last ride that just happened because the guy won't hit the end button. So obviously the boat tour thing, right? Like those dragon boats, they seem to charge people wildly different amounts, and
I hated being in the middle of that. I mean, yeah, I get it. I know they're trying to make money. I get that.
I can't imagine where those other ladies are. I hope they're okay. That was scam number 2. Scam number 3 is we booked the Grab to get back home, and then some other guy came up who pretended to be our Grab driver and tried to like get us into his car with a thing on his phone that he said like, oh, the car broke down, my friend's car broke down, so he sent me to pick you up. I think him and our real Grab driver were actually working together.
Yes, because then he showed up,
Yeah.
and then it was so uncomfortable. But then he kept saying sorry in the car.
Yeah.
We know that this comes with traveling. Like
Yeah.
you pay your taxes in different ways. Sometimes bribes, sometimes scams.
What you're seeing right here is classic travel YouTuber forced optimism.
That being said, 99% of the time we've had a wonderful time. We've met some incredibly friendly, kind people.
You see, in travel YouTube, the biggest sin of all is never ever appearing sad. Right? Every single moment of every single trip is supposed to be this amazing wild ride of positivity and possibility and adventure and happiness, yeah? Okay, we are just chilling. I gotta get them to end this ride before I get charged even more. Hello? I mean, spoiler alert, it's not. Yeah, you need to hit end on the ride. You need to end the ride. So status update, finally got him to end the ride, just had to call him twice. But it's YouTube, so let's put that happy face right back on. I'm sure there's still lots of cool stuff to do here. We're gonna go find it. Let's go.
How you feeling?
Round 2. Hungry and excited to try some baby mussels
Ooh.
on rice. So we just walked outside of our hotel, saw these really incredibly fried looking things that someone was making. Very interested.
We're not eating our feelings from before.
Not at all eating our feelings from earlier. She said this was banana, so begins our way street food tour. That's great. Okay, we found this really cool stall just on the street here, and it looks like they make a lot of the things that Wei is specifically known for, like these skewers on lemongrass, I think called nem lui, and then also this other thing that we ordered. Oh, the baby mussels on rice. And she said to mix it all.
Okay.
I think these are the baby clams, the baby mussels. Ooh, that's good. Oh, super savory. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but this is really tasty and really fun. It's like a mix of like having a salad with onions and peanuts and baby clams in it on rice, and the sauce is very tasty, not spicy. It's like comforting. Really comforting.
Yes. This smells so good. This smells so good. So, okay, I gotta remember what this was called again. Yes.
Nem lui.
Is it nem lui? Nem
Nem
lui.
lui.
Okay. So this is fried pork on a stick. I mean, if you watch this channel at all, you know how much I love the simpler meat on stick related things. Bam, right into the peanut sauce. Whoa. God, does that smell good? I think I could eat about 1,000 of those. That's so good.
Oh man, that was so good. That was so good. Okay, the street food tour continues. We're just kind of going up and down this like night market street area. There's lots of street food and then lots of like kind of fancy restaurants as well.
Just found this really cool, sweet restaurant with a rooftop, and we're literally the only ones on the top of the roof.
Oh man. Oh man. We are eating good tonight. That is for sure. What a comeback story. Dip that bad boy. And these pickled veggies just make the whole thing. Really pulls the whole room together like a nice rug.
Did you just compare the food to rug?
Hopefully somebody out there will get that reference to The Big Lebowski.
Maybe I eat it like this. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Sorry if it's not with a spoon or not.
And now witness just how much Lisa actually hates eating on camera.
Hello. I did that wrong.
God, I hate eating on camera.
I've never had anything like that.
That's like discovering a new color. That's what this is for me. Like, you know, I don't know what to think about it. I don't know how to feel about it because I've never seen anything like it before in my life. But I'm intrigued. It's exciting. It gets the people going.
I really want to see it fall.
And just like that, our street food tour of Hawaii came to a close. And the woes we had earlier today were just a distant memory. One last stop for laundry, and bedtime. Our plan for today is we're going to hop on a train to head down to Da Nang, and then we're going to grab a bus from Da Nang to Hoi An. And the train that we're going to take, we got the sleeper car because we want to see if that's a little bit of a nicer experience. Oh. We've heard that this route via this train is the most beautiful out of anywhere in Vietnam, so I'm really excited for it, especially in this kind of like fancier cabin that we're staying in. Yeah, we're just in the back of a Grab. We're going to be at the train station in like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so.
Train is delayed. It's been delayed twice now. Right now it's coming in another half an hour, so we're gonna find somewhere to sit down and grab something to drink maybe.
Maybe another delay because, you know, it's almost 11:40. But we're just chilling, hanging out, having our nice cool drinks. The person here is really, really helpful and friendly. He said no need to rush. We'll be able to hear the announcements if anything, and he'll listen out for us. And we should be able to see when everyone is, you know, moving on in. But so far I've been enjoying this relaxed morning, actually. I thought we'd be getting on a train by now, and I'm not in a rush. This is really nice.
What was that? It's gonna stop very short.
Okay, we're looking for seats 9 and 10. Looks like they're changing up the sheets in our room. The overnighter just got here.
Okay, we're in.
This is lovely. We even have flowers.
We're just gonna grab a quick coffee and tea and then room tour.
Okay. This is our 4-sleeper berth cabin thing. We have 2 bunks. We reserved the bottom. Theoretically, we could have visitors up top, but I think we have this place all to ourselves. Let me show you around. 1. Oh gosh. 2.
Here, there you go.
3. 4 beds. I don't know that I'll be sleeping. I'll be wanting to look out this gorgeous window, which is over here. Ooh, lights. There's also an outlet for 220 volts. We have our own personal light and USB. So in total, we paid $19 US for the 2 of us. So far, it's been really, really comfortable. This is gonna be a breeze. 2.5 hours, beautiful views, AC, very peaceful, and it's pretty private. So hard to decide. There's so many options. Like, there's a part of me that really just wants to try their large plates because it looks cool and fancy, or just spring rolls. I don't know.
Spring rolls.
Spring rolls?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
The bathrooms are, you know, they're train bathrooms.
There's also this hot water filter where you can get like fresh hot water to use for your soup or tea or whatever, and then just
cool water as well. It's filtered. Nice.
Seems like they're slowing down specifically for this part, which I very much appreciate.
This is pretty great. It's like slow moving, maybe 12 miles an hour. It's so pretty. The weather outside is warm and kind of gloomy, and just the scenery is incredible. We've almost made it to Da Nang, like I think 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm getting a little hungry, and it made me realize we never got our spring rolls. We were so enraptured by the view, totally forgot. Oh well.
Oh, thanks. So we called another grab taxi to take us south to our final destination, Hoi An. We didn't really know what to expect from the area, honestly, but we did know that it was very popular with tourists. Endless rows of tour buses confirmed that suspicion, and then we arrived at our hotel for the next 2 nights right along this beautiful river. Hello.
Very beautiful. We made it to Hoi An, and it is so beautiful. We are staying in this little homestay, $20 a night, and we get this beautiful king-size bed with these, I don't know what those are, but they are something.
What you tell us, Internet? What are these?
And they've had some floods recently, but holy Toledo, it's beautiful.
Holy Toledo!
Holy Hoi An. We're gonna go see Hoi An now. The walking street and the night market apparently is just 15-20 minutes down the road. Time to eat. We just left the hotel, and already I'm feeling just relaxed and calm, and it's the first time in a really long time since we've gotten to Vietnam where I just feel like I can breathe a little bit, and it helps. Like, people are just walking along the river, hanging out. We're gonna go to a night market, and there's actual space to like walk on the sidewalk without getting run over. It's pretty great.
Then, in the distance,
Still early?
This is wild. There's so much traffic everywhere.
it wasn't just today that was busy. Hoi An actually had over 3 million visitors this year, and that number grew by 200% since the year before. It's pretty easy to see why.
This whole area is incredibly beautiful. There's lanterns everywhere. The buildings are so beautifully made out of wood, and there's a lot of people. If you're looking to do some shopping, this is definitely a place to do it. No guarantees that the things that you'll buy are real, but it's just been nice to walk around and people watch and look at all the beautiful colors here. We found a chicken rice place. This place is awesome. It's beautiful, it's quiet, everyone's so friendly. I've got one hand on a dog petting here. I've been informed her name is Burr. There's another dog coming through, and we just ordered some chicken rice. We haven't had this here. Oh, hello! Oh, I do have two hands.
Remember that list of things earlier that made a restaurant good in Vietnam? Well, we gotta add one more thing to that.
This food is genuinely delicious despite all of the overwhelming amount of dog petting content that you're seeing in front of you. It is noteworthily good, especially I think like the traditional chicken rice, tasty, but the char siu chicken, especially this like leg quarter, ooh, just right, delicious. And then like the rice underneath it, I think they boil in chicken stock they made from the chicken rice, and they also give you the soup that they made it out of. Ooh, ooh, I want both of it.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
Oof, that was good. Let me just add this to the budget here. Which I think reminds me, I think we're long overdue for a bit of a budgetary update. So I think $100 per day budget here is way more than enough. Way more. You could get by with probably $20 to $30 per day here, I would imagine, per person, probably even less. Depending on how we get to the next city, I think we're gonna be right at like $100 per day is where we're gonna land at the end of this whole thing, maybe a little bit under. But I think budgetary-wise, I think we're doing okay. That was good.
Okay, now we're gonna go check out what's on the other side of the river. This is so beautiful. Like, what a magical place.
Ooh, ice cream. Yes, please.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
how's your ice cream?
Okay, you're out.
Oh, there.
This is one of those moments, I mean, you've probably had it, where you eat something and think to yourself right afterwards, oh no, this might be the start of something dangerous. But I finished it anyway.
Okay, Lisa just hopped in the shower for a minute, so we gotta tell you about the plan for tomorrow. It's Lisa's birthday tomorrow, and I really wanted to surprise her with something cool. Just booked it a little while ago. It's called the My Sun Haven Farm Tour. And what it involves is a guy is gonna pick us up in the morning and take us to one of the local markets. Then we're gonna pick up a bunch of ingredients and then do a cooking class that we're gonna learn 4 or 5 different dishes out of the ingredients that we pick up that morning. And then we're gonna go on a 2.5-hour ATV adventure. This will be the perfect thing. I hope. Okay, that's it. She's getting out of the shower. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You ready to go on an adventure today?
Black car rolled up and we hopped right in. Lisa still had absolutely no idea what we were in for. First stop, the market for breakfast and ingredients. Oh man, remember these and how good Lisa was at eating them? Now let's try it again.
It's tasty. It's very good. It's like savory fish, maybe seafood, gravy almost on top. It tastes different than the one that we had last time. It's so good.
very different.
So that turned into that. And then the same.
And this is the pork and beans. Okay. After a little window shopping, we made our way back to the car. And then we headed way, way, way out into the countryside to their farm.
He's so friendly. He's so
Stoves, helmets, a waiver delivered by a dog, a man filling up an ATV. Lisa finally figured out what we were doing and she was pretty excited.
I did not guess this at all.
Yes, a successful surprise. I think that's our ride.
Some very quick instructions and we were off.
Off we go.
After a few practice runs, Lisa was ready to take us on some real tracks, right? You ready, right? Right?
Wow, big uptick in difficulty here.
Some locals that are very upset with us right now, understandably so.
I think the cows understand the right side here. Here's us. Hi. Hello. Sorry.
Sorry. Bye. They were very understanding.
There was one place along the way that our guide really wanted to show us because it means a lot to him and the locals here. He brought us to the Vinh Trin Memorial, dedicated to the 38 lives that were taken here in 1955. As with most places we visit as tourists, it was hard for us to fully grasp the impact and pain of what the Vietnamese people had been through. But it is telling that this memorial still stands and is still visited not just on the anniversary of the massacre, but also by our guide who brings ATV riding tourists just like us to it. The thing we kept thinking here and everywhere we've been so far in Vietnam, even with everything that they've been through, the people here have been some of the warmest and kindest people we've ever met.
It's raining again. Back on. Ready? Okay. Go have some coffee and tea in the village. I think it's somebody's house.
What are we doing?
I think we're stopping for coffee and tea.
tea. Yes, that's good. Off we go.
Ready for round 3?
The rain stuff.
Onward!
I think we are going to the cooking class now is where we're headed.
Yay!
And then, on the way back, out of nowhere,
Just sick. Very lightheaded. What'd you get?
You look so sad.
I feel sad. Ginger tea. The nice ladies downstairs made this for me. At least picked up some french fries for me. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that this didn't happen earlier. We've been playing it kind of like fast and loose, just eating all sorts of uncooked veggies and everything else. But I think I have food poisoning. So where he last left us, we were on the back of the ATV. I was holding the GoPro. Lisa was driving us back home through this crazy terrain. And then I got incredibly sick.
Oh god, bro. Okay. Just gotta get off this.
Super fast, like super fast. My head is just pounding. I feel like all my muscles are just super sore. And I just like, I told them I need to go home. So they took us home like right away, even though it was like 2 hours. So it's like a 2-hour drive from where we were at. And yeah, the tour company was great about everything. The ATV thing was awesome. This has nothing to do with them. I think this was kind of starting brewing over the past couple of days of eating all sorts of random stuff. But we were just about to learn how to cook 4 different Vietnamese dishes, and they had like 90 other side dishes ready at a barbecue. It looked awesome. I feel terrible that we had to head home early, but we paid them the amount that we agreed upon, and they refunded us some because we went home early. It was very nice of them. They didn't have to do that. What that means is that probably for the next day or two, this is what I'm doing. Eating french fries and sipping this tea. It could be worse things. They made me ginger tea again. They're the sweetest.
I ruined your birthday.
You didn't ruin my birthday.
I ruined it.
No, I didn't even want to turn a year older anyway.
You know, this is my 5th time to Vietnam, and I have never once gotten food poisoning any other time that I've been here. And after my first time here, I came up with 3 rules for basically keeping myself healthy while on the road. Okay, so rule number 1 is no tap water, no ice, and no uncooked vegetables. Number 2, always try to avoid Western food whenever possible. That just means try to eat whatever the local stuff is as frequently as you can. And number 3, if you're giving something that comes in a can or a bottle, always pour it into a glass. Don't just drink it straight out of the can or the bottle. It's my fault. It's my fault, absolutely. But I'd say my number 1 biggest, most important tip for traveling anywhere is to make sure that you bring Lisa with you, because she will spend the entirety of the night taking care of you and nursing you back to health, even though it's literally her birthday. Tip number 1.
Seconds in.
Easy as that. Time to head north to Da Nang. So half an hour later, we started to get an idea of what kind of town Da Nang was. It felt like a side of Vietnam that we just hadn't seen yet.
This is mega fans. Wow. We got macaroons upon arrival. There's an infinity pool. There's a gym, which reminds me I haven't run and trained for a half marathon. And there's a beach view. Ah! What? That is beautiful.
Okay, well, this place is obviously quite a bit fancier than any of the places that we've stayed in really anywhere else for a very long time. So I spent a few points for us to stay at this one. It was only 13,000 IHG points. All the other hotels have been absolutely incredible throughout the entire trip. This has absolutely nothing to do with it being a thinly veiled apology for screwing up Lisa's birthday by getting sick. It has nothing to do with that at all. Nothing to do with that at all. This place is pretty nice, but I think budgetarily wise, this is kind of cheating because not everybody would have a bunch of ISG points like we do, so we'll still put, obviously like $20, the normal amount that we would have spent here. This place is pretty great though. They have an infinity pool.
This just feels like, I feel bad. It feels luxurious, but it's incredible. And it's got an ocean view.
You want to go to the infinity pool?
Yeah.
We should probably go to the infinity pool.
Dang it, go right a little bit.
Oh, man.
Nope. you didn't remember the spot. Go left a little.
Okay, now we can get on with it. Man, we're good at making these videos, right? time to get out of here and see the city.
I'm gonna walk by this sign again. This one. Seems like all the beach stuff is closed besides like drinks, so not a lot of food options. So we're gonna head inland.
Seems pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah. Is your stomach ready for this?
It's only one way to find out.
Well, these noodles are so different. I really like them. It's chewy and thicker than the typical vermicelli noodles. And the broth is really nice. It's not too spicy. It's like beef brothy.
By this time, we kind of figured that Da Nang, like every other city in Vietnam, just comes to life at night. So we decided to rest up and wait for the sun to go down and for the lights to come up. We're just kind of wandering around right now, eventually working our way to something that we heard called the Dragon Bridge. I don't know anything about it, but supposedly they have food and dragons there.
We just made it to the Sontra night market, which is right next to the Dragon Bridge. It's about 8 o'clock, so we still have about an hour until the big fiery show. So we're gonna grab something to eat.
I can see him grilling it right now. This is gonna be good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we got fried spring rolls, and we got these awesome pork lemongrass skewers again. Like, oh my god, I love these things.
Okay, it's starting to empty out. Everyone's at the show. Let's go. This is wild. There's so many people. They've stopped traffic on the bridge for this. People are like walking in the middle of the street. Phones are up. Camera. Oh! Puffed some fire a few times and then extinguished himself and everybody else that was standing right below him. Now there's just a line of motorbikes and cars ready to get back on. I love that everybody came here for this.
Tomorrow, Saigon, our final stop. Another early morning, so off to bed we went.
Goodbye, my precious. This is supposed to be a lot faster clothes.
Wow.
Thank you. Off to the big city. Here it comes, Saigon.
just a few hours later, we landed at our final destination of this just epic 13-day trip.
Well, here we are. I've never had a ground floor room in a hotel before, but this is it. I think we booked one with a window. Where is it? Here it is. Let's see what the view's like. Oh. Just some people cleaning their motorcycles. Don't want to bother them. We are a couple blocks away from the busiest walking streets here. I wanted to be a little bit quieter. But yeah, we got all we need: bed, bathroom, hangers, and a window that we will never use. That's it. Let's go see the city. I'm excited. And I just touched something gross. Pho?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see what kind of motorbikes they got.
No. Why?
Some nice looking motorbikes.
Room 1.
Okay, we just got outside of the hotel and man, it is jam-packed, but I guess it's par for the course here. There's so much energy and it's very lively and it's not even nighttime yet. There's definitely a certain kind of energy and eclecticness and liveliness and a little bit of a grunginess to Saigon that I love a lot.
The noise and pace here is just astounding. There's so much going on in every inch of the city, thousands upon thousands of motorbikes idling on every major intersection.
I can barely hear myself. Now the energy is very, very, very motorbike loud. Can you even hear me?
It's infectious and fun and overwhelming and just the right amount of out of control.
Wild.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, this is a true test. If our time in Hanoi almost 2 weeks ago had prepared us for this journey, it's crazy. It's just like a non-stop buzz of motorcycles and scooters. It's like their version of white noise is motorbike noise.
Okay, nice and slow. Hold your arm up. Hold your arm up. Nice and slow.
She was helping me. She didn't know.
Oh. I was like, it's almost done. You know, the first time that I was here, over 11 years ago now, they were just talking about, hey, maybe we should have a metro. And it looks like it's going to, open up next year, and I think that'll change everything in this city. I think that'll be really cool. And it looks really nice.
That one looks perfect. Plastic chairs and all. We haven't had pho in a really long time, and by really long time I mean maybe 5 days. We've never had pho out of a hot stone bowl. It's like they brought it out and it's piping hot broth. I'm gonna put all the noodles and the meat now in there. I'm very excited. Yeah, cooking there. Mint. Yeah, putting it in. I think we also have some basil here. Oh, look at that leafy stuff. Yep. I'm gonna add some of that. And then maybe some lime because I feel like lime in pho is delicious. This is not a cooking show. I promise.
Spicy stuff?
It's
The spicy stuff?
a little bit of spicy stuff because we don't know how good my stomach will handle it. I'm spilling. Oh wow, that's really good raw. Ooh, that's hot still. It's really close to my face. Can you see my sweat? very brothy. I know it's beef, but this is beef pho, but I almost smell and taste a little bit of lamb. It's really good.
Okay, now it is time to head into the Benton Market. The absolutely overwhelming, sells literally everything, gigantic market right here at the center of Saigon. I kind of like have a love-hate relationship with this place. There's so much haggling required to get anything, but if you're willing to like play that game, you can get a lot of good deals here. Okay, gonna try to find this t-shirt. I think it's pretty cool. We're gonna see how this goes.
How many you buy?
Not sure yet. I haven't seen all.
Okay, inside you look.
Okay, so we started at 950 and now it's down to 200 after 1 second. Price was there, didn't make any sense at all. I think it was like 25 for one of those like little bags. And then as soon as we said no and walked away, she started just like saying awful things in both Vietnamese and English about Lisa. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't buy anything here. The whole thing just felt, Lisa's sad now and I'm mad.
We didn't let that stop us. Back to shopping.
She was very nice, much nicer than some of the others that we've encountered. But we got a cool souvenir for our friend.
Okay, got this cool thing that we're gonna blur out because it's a Christmas gift for my mom and I don't want to ruin the surprise because this video's hopefully coming out before Christmas, right? Right? Maybe. This video's coming out before Christmas. Okay, but I think basically the haggling strategy here is the same as almost anywhere else. It's like a distance-based haggling strategy. So just like decide what you're willing to pay in your head, and then you're gonna ask how much, and they're gonna give you some ludicrous number, like they give me like $40 for a t-shirt. Then as you like get further and further away you get, the price will decrease and decrease and decrease the further away you get, until finally this thing that was over $1 million magically becomes some lower number than that, that's significantly lower, but is not a cheap gift because it's a Christmas gift for my mom. But we paid, we paid a good amount for it, and it's a good quality, it's nice.
I wouldn't be surprised if this street had all the same stuff for much cheaper prices. Let's find out. Yeah.
It absolutely did.
Okay. So we just like offered a reasonable price right off the top. I feel like an idiot. I think that's the real pro tip is like, don't buy anything in the market, but buy stuff in the street that's just north of the market. They have the same stuff, but they won't. But you don't need to yell. There's no yelling. Everybody's happy and nobody has to be mean to anyone.
He was nice and smiled. And he asked me where I bought this bag. And he said, "Oh, you fool." No, he didn't say that. But I could feel it. But I could feel it.
When we got there was a show going on in the main square, seemingly retelling some of Vietnam's military history. We couldn't understand a single word of it, but it had some extremely impressive singing, dancing, and lights.
Okay, so we're walking through this walking street and we just happened upon that incredible stage with all the performers and amazing singers. We don't quite know what it's about and what story they were telling, but we can gather that it was probably about the war and the history here. Saigon's supposed to have some of the most amazing rooftop bars, so we're gonna check one out. Why not? It's pretty warm.
Just gotta make it across the street. We're old pros at this by now. No problem.
Usually we're not like into rooftop bars, but this one just opened up right next to us and it looks pretty cool and laid back, not like the stuffy dress code kind. We'll see. End of night cool shot. doing some hard work out there. Good morning. Motorcycles.
Okay, so with only one day left, obviously we're going to try to like jam the entirety of seeing Saigon / Ho Chi Minh City into one single day. So it's going to be a busy one. Mission 1, more laundry.
Mission 2, pick up some tickets for a sunset water bus cruise. You'll see.
Yay, we got tickets for the Saigon water bus. Sunset tonight. It was only $60K round trip for the two of us.
And then we saw this.
So there is a light here and a crosswalk. See if it matters. It does matter.
There's a light.
Okay, it kind of matters.
Sometimes.
It matters for as long as we walk.
And mission number 3, coffee.
Okay, so we made it to the coffee apartments, which is, by the name, you could probably gather an apartment full of coffee. Apartment complex full of coffee. Anyway, you'll see the B-roll.
Coffee shops.
They're apartments full of coffee shops. Each apartment is a coffee shop. You'll see the B-roll here. I don't know, which one do you want to go?
Yeah, how do we
to?
decide? The English tea room sounds interesting. Or
The
or
letter?
party.
Yeah, I saw that with the tea. The lanterns and the disco balls from the letter looks kind of cool too.
Uh-huh.
You decide.
I decide?
Yeah, you always are sad that they don't have enough tea places, so
So many choices.
I have a feeling that we're gonna pick one of the lower level ones.
8 floors later.
They even have this cozy, tiny little nook up here that's like 3 feet tall. This is so cool. Okay, that was a really nice, restful stop. That was honestly a lot cooler than I thought it would be. All the cafes had like an individual feeling to them, a whole like individual brand. It wasn't nearly as overpriced as I was expecting it to be. A perfect way to spend an hour. But now it is time to activate sightseeing mode.
Sightseeing mode activated. Activated. Activated.
Oh, a very under construction church.
Fun montage, wasn't it? We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it. Time to go pick up our laundry.
Thank you.
All that montaging got us hungry, and we saw this lady making banh mi, and it looked so good. Just check this out. It's a one-woman operation. Pork grilling on the side, 10 different sauces, eggs cooking, veggies going in, 2 huge pork slices. Get that sauce on there, and some more sauce in there. 1 more sauce. Stick the egg in, wrap it in some English lesson papers, and bam, done. Oh my god, I'm so excited to try this thing. And what a show. Okay. Look at this thing wrapped in an English lesson. A cup of coffee. So we're back in the hotel room for a minute, just catching some AC, trying to cool down. It's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. In between this hour in Saigon, basically every single day is just like too hot to do anything. So it's best to just grab a banh mi and head on back to the room for a minute. Look at this thing. There is so much stuff in there. There's like 2 massive chunks of pork. There's an entire fried egg. Did you see all the sauces that she put on there? At least like 5 or 6. Oh yeah, this is a beaut. I mean, just look at this. Put this in a museum. If this sort of stuff were in museums, I think I would spend a lot more time in museums. That's so good. This one's definitely worth coming to, and I don't even know like what days she's there. She's been there the 2 days that we've been here so far, but I don't know how to describe it. She's in front of this Family Mart. After getting our daily dose of vitamin banh mi, it was time for a lovely sunset cruise and get on our way to the end of the video.
Okay, remember when we got those tickets earlier? We're about to get on the water bus at Sunset O'Clock. Heard this is one of the best ways to see Saigon.
As we reached our camera over the heads of 100 other people, we got a few glimpses of this beautiful city floating on by as the sun went down. And we started thinking back to all the incredible stuff we'd seen and done over the past 2 weeks. We'd learned how to cross the streets of Hanoi like the flow of water, devoured some jet-powered banh mi, got all teary-eyed learning important life lessons from puppets, laughed our way through yoga class with the happiest senior citizens we've ever met, taken a bougie but affordable overnight cruise through the 8th wonder of the world, got rowed down a river by a 70-year-old with superhuman strength, made some new friends from all over the planet, had a perfectly responsible night on a karaoke bus, got up close and personal with a Vietnamese train journey, witnessed a scene straight out of a movie with the floating lanterns of Hoi An, drudged through mud on ATVs in the countryside sipping coffee and tea at a local's home, saw the fire-breathing dragon of Da Nang, sipped drinks in a rooftop bar overlooking Avengers Tower, and, most important of all, we were shown how to live the good life here in Vietnam by some of the coolest, most generous, light-hearted, wonderful people we've met anywhere. You know, but there's one thing that really stuck with us that we saw everywhere. Ingenuity, creativity, resourcefulness, whatever you want to call it, the people here have tons of it. It's in everything. Egg coffee, the traffic system, one-person restaurant operations, an old derelict bus turned into a successful karaoke outfit, a tiny motorbike uses both a family minivan and a pickup truck, sometimes at the same time, completed English lessons used to wrap sandwiches, and a free chat app somehow used to run literally every single business in the entire country. There's just no end to the resiliency and creativity. It seems like no matter the setback, the wars, the famines, the droughts, the challenges, the endless invasions, they somehow find a way to not just make it work, but to take what they have and turn it into something better than ever before. Lemons into lemonade. And I gotta say, the lemonade here is damn good. still here? Thanks so much for sticking around all the way to the end. One last tip for Saigon. They have a priority pass lounge in the basement called the Apricot Lounge. It's kind of tough to find. You got to go around some corners near some duty-free shops, but you're well rewarded when you get there because they have unlimited DIY pho right there. You get as much as you want. You also got all sorts of other tasty food. Alright, it's like 4 a.m. here. We're going to finish this up and go catch our flight. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.